Assalamu alaikum everyone. All right, this is Ms. Sabah Solazia, your IELTS writing instructor, right? Today I'm going to talk about writing task 1 for general training students. What do we expect in general training writing task 1? That I'm going to discuss today. Okay, let me share my screen with you. All right. In writing task 1, we basically have letter writing with general training students. Okay. So in task 2, as I discussed day before yesterday, it is all about essay writing, and general training students have letter writing in writing task 1. Let me share my screen with you so you all can easily see. Is the screen visible to everyone? Okay. In IELTS writing module task 1, we have letter writing, and duration for this task is 20 minutes, okay? And word limit which is required, that is 150 words, okay? Now, what do you all have to do? You are basically given a situation in this task, and on the given prompt or situation, you are requested to write a letter either by requesting information, okay, or giving an explanation of that situation, right? So in this task is clearly given to you what is actually the background problem, and clearly pointers have been given, okay? So writing task 1 involves letter writing. Duration is 20 minutes. Word limit is 150. And you are basically write a letter on the given situation. Okay. Now, what kinds of letters are expected in this task? Basically, you have to write formal, semi-formal, or informal letter, okay? In exam, you get only one letter, either any of one, either formal, semi-formal, or informal. But while preparation classes, you all are expecting to learn 3 types of letters. Yes. Is someone asking anything? Okay. So we have first formal writing, okay, formal letter. Then we have semi-formal letter and then informal letter. Now, what do we basically have to write in formal letter? Who do we basically write formal letter? Formal letter is written to known people, okay, someone who is in authority, who you have rarely met, and you have no emotional connection with them. Formal writing उनको लिखते हैं जिनका आपके साथ कोई emotionally connection ना हो. ठीक है, for example, अगर आप खत लिख रहे हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर को, ठीक है, या म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन को, तो वहाँ आपका कोई इमोशनल कनेक्शन नहीं है. Although even though if like the person is on position, your relative, but when you are writing in the formal context, you don't have to share any kind of emotional connection with him. Okay, so in that context we write a formal letter. Okay, for example, writing to the manager of the insurance company. Okay, writing in a particular institutions like bank, college, museum, or writing to the to the head of the municipal corporation, or let's say to the manager of the municipal corporation. So if you're writing in authority, there you have to write a formal letter. Okay. Now, who do we write semi-formal letters? Semi means that you neither have to be entirely informal nor entirely formal. Okay? So you have to take the middle way and where your letter must be semi-formal. Now, semi-formal letters are written to those people to like who you know, right? And you meet them often. आप उनसे मिलते भी हैं daily basis पे, but still do not share any kind of emotional bond like your friends. For example, like I work with, you know, Sir Khwaja Sibur Rahman, right? Like on the online platform. Yet, I regularly speak to Sir Hasib, okay, and we have conversation as well, like while related to the work, but still I do not, share that emotional bond. So, like in this kind of situation, as a immediate boss or as my teacher, I have to be semi-formal, okay. So writing to your your reporting manager, immediate boss, teacher, state agent, elderly neighborhood, in all these contexts, you have to be semi-formal. And for every kind of letter, your style of writing is different. ठीक है? आपका style of writing different होगा. आपका salutation अलग होगा, addressing style अलग होगा. ठीक है? जब आप letter को enclose करते हैं, वो different होगा, क्योंकि आपका context अलग अलग है. ठीक है? Third type of letter is called informal letter. Informal letter में हम क्या करते हैं? We basically write informal letter to our friends and family. ठीक है? People to like who we meet regularly, or like we share emotional bond with them. For example, writing to your mother, right? Writing to your cousin or family friend. So in all these cases, your letter must be informal. Okay. Why am I telling all these? Okay. The purpose is to let you to have difference between all kinds of letter. और जब आप एग्जाम में भी कोई लेटर लिख रहे हैं तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आपको टोन किस तरह की यूज करनी है. ठीक है. देखें, जब हम बोलते हैं तो आपकी टोन, आपका स्टाइल हमारी आवाज के थ्रू और पिच ऑफ वॉइस से पहचाना जाता है. ठीक है. लेकिन जब आप लिख रहे होते हैं तो आपका टोन, आपकी स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग कैन इजीली बी आइडेंटिफाइड थ्रू द चॉइस ऑफ वर्ड, जो चॉइस ऑफ वर्ड आप यूज करते हैं. ठीक है. अगर आप फॉर्मल लेटर में लिख रहे हैं अपने किसी लाइक मैनेजर, बैंक के मैनेजर को, हेलो सर, हाउ आर यू, आई होप यू आर इन फाइन और यू आर इन गुड हेल्थ, तो ऑब्वियसली द कॉन्टेक्स्ट इज रॉन्ग. ठीक है. Again, you cannot use contraction in this kind of context. You need to be very formal with right use of vocabulary, okay, and correct use of context of the situation. तो यहाँ पे आप contraction नहीं use कर सकते. ठीक है. Contraction से क्या मतलब है मेरा? Short forms नहीं use करते हैं right में. For example, अगर मैं लिख रही हूँ I am, तो I am word I cannot write in contraction if I am writing in formal letter. ठीक है. So I cannot write in this way. This would be incorrect. I have to write complete within a complete, complete words or proper spelling in formal letter. ठीक है. Now, why do we write? What examiner basically assess in writing? Examiner basically assess your ability on the given situation, how well you can do one or more of the following things. For example, while writing a letter, whether you are able to express your wants. क्या आप writing के through एक general scenario में day to day basis पे अपनी wants को effectively express कर सकते हैं? क्या आपको याद है कि how you have to express your likes and dislikes about a particular situation? Give opinion, right?
Hello.
Ask information, okay, or make complaints. It depends. Yes, yes, sir. Nadeem.
सर जी, मैडम इसको क्या कहते हैं? स्किल, ये थोड़ा सा रिपीट करें दोबारा.
इसको क्या कहते हैं?
ये सेकंड पार्ट था वो इंफॉर्मेशन, उसको दोबारा रिपीट करें.
सेकंड और फोर्थ की बात कर रहे हैं आप? एक्सप्रेस योर रिक्वायरमेंट.
यस.
नदीम साहब, आप क्या इस पॉइंट एक्सप्रेस रिक्वायरमेंट, अच्छा ठीक है। देखें, रिक्वायरमेंट का क्या मतलब है। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं लेटर लिख रही हूँ सुपरमार्केट के मैनेजर को, ठीक है, and I would like them to just let them know about uh, the recent price changes, like अभी recently price जो है ना कीमतों में इजाफा हुआ है, ठीक है, डिफरेंट कमोडिटीज की। अगर मैं ये लेटर सुपरमार्केट के मैनेजर को लिख रही हूँ, आई जस्ट वुड लाइक टू नो कि इम्तियाज सुपरमार्केट में प्राइसेस रेंज कौन कौन सी कमोडिटीज की चेंज हुई हैं, बढ़ी हैं, तो उस सूरत में मैं रिक्वायरमेंट्स बता रही हूँ कि भाई मैं इन इन कमोडिटीज की प्राइसेस के बारे में मालूम करना चाहती हूँ, ठीक है। तो इसमें किसमें आएगा, आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स में आएगा, लाइक आप क्या चाह रहे हैं उनसे, लाइक कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन लेना चाह रहे हैं किसी प्रॉब्लम के हवाले से, ठीक है। लाइक्स एंड डिसलाइक्स आप कब शुरू करते हैं, लेट्स से आप किसी फ्रेंड को खत लिख रहे हैं और आप उनको बता रहे हैं कि लाइक उन्होंने प्रीवियस लेटर में आपको ये बताया हुआ है कि उन्होंने नया फ्लैट खरीदा है, ठीक है, और वो उस फ्लैट के हवाले से कुछ पिक्चर्स उन्होंने आपको भेजी है। अब वो आपसे पूछ रहे हैं कि आप बताइए, अपने कमेंट्स दीजिए कि कौन सा एस्पेक्ट जो है वो फ्लैट के हवाले से अच्छा है और कौन सी चीज जो है वो सही नहीं है। तो उसमें क्या होगा, आप अपना ओपिनियन भी बताएंगे और आप शेयर करेंगे कि भाई आपको क्या चीज इसमें पसंद आई है और क्या चीज इसमें नहीं पसंद आई है, ठीक है। तो डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट आपको लेटर में असेस करते हैं एग्जामिनर, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द टॉपिक, टॉपिक कौन सा आपको गिवन है, ठीक है। ओके, थैंक यू सो मच उस्मान। Usman, you want me to speak in English? Usman Mirza. Actually, see, I have got different students across the city. Would you like me to speak in English? Or if it's okay if I'm bilingual during my lecture? All right. So what do we have to do? So there are different types of letter, different purpose. So according to that, you have to basically express your wants, or if you're writing to complain about a particular problem that you faced previously. So depending on what kind of letter you are writing. Okay. In exam, basically, what actually examiner checks in assessment criteria, there are four a standard in IELTS assessment writing that they check about your assessment criteria for writing. Okay, what are those standards? Four are there. First, we have task achievement, okay, coherence and cohesion, and lexical resource and grammatical range and accuracy. Now, task achievement means that whatever situation has been given to you, along with the pointers, whether you have covered all the pointers according to the right context and right type of letter in your writing or not. Okay, let me share with you one example so you can easily understand. See, we have one situation here. Okay, it's a letter of about the semi-formal letter. You have recently moved into a new flat. Unfortunately, you lost some money the other day and cannot afford to pay next month's rent when it is due. Okay? इस situation में you need to write a letter to the landlord. In your letter, explain the situation you are in. You will pay when your parents send you the money. Mention some problem with the flat. So it is quite easy. In IELTS says that you don't have to write any address on your own. You just have to start your letter directly with salutation, dear Mr. Brown. Why I'm saying dear Mr. Brown? Because that kind of letter is written to the in a semi-formal context. और semi-formal context में हम start करते हैं dear with a title and the person first name, surname. ठीक है? So whatever the surname is that you actually write that in the salutation part. अच्छा, अब यहाँ देखिए आपको proper situation given है. Situation ये कि आप tenant हैं और आप like you cannot pay the rent this time. Okay, so you need to just explain the situation. Now, if you cover all these three pointers according to the context in which you have to write, since you have to write a semi-formal letter, और आप letter लिख रहे हैं dear sir से, ठीक है? तो ये किस चीज में आएगा? ये आपका आएगा task achievement में. So you need to address to the right person, okay, right kind of letter, okay, all the pointers which have been given and complete 150 word. अगर आप 150 word से कम लिखते हैं तो क्या होगा, आपको penalty लगती है, they just deduct your marks in exam. Okay. Now the next point is coherence and cohesion. Coherence and cohesion include how you are going to paragraph or organize your information that has been given in the bullet points. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपने तीन चीजें डिस्कस करनी है in your letter. Explain the situation you are in. You will pay when your parents send you the money. Mention some problem with the friend. So whether you have covered all the three bullet pointers in a separate paragraph in your letter or not, this is checked in cohesion and coherence both. Okay? Paragraphing skills and the way you are connecting your ideas by using connectors and linking words. ठीक है, कि आपने सही connectors use किए हैं. For example, जहाँ आपको कोई example देनी है किसी situation के हवाले से, have you used that? If you are giving suggestion, are you using the right coercive devices? Like firstly, secondly, if you're talking about the problem or as a result what happened it's later, so are you using the right connector to talk about cause and effect? So you need to just come up with good connectors and conjunction in your writing when you are writing the letter. Number of paragraphs are also taken into consideration. आप ये नहीं कर सकते कि आप you cannot wind up your letter within 2 paragraphs. Okay, there must be maximum 4 paragraphs and minimum 3 paragraphs in letter writing. Okay, so your letter must have proper salutation, okay, 3 paragraphs and the sign off properly. Now the next point which is checked in writing, which is vocabulary. Vocabulary is very, very important. You need to use the right word according to the context. If you are writing as a tenant, ठीक है, एक किराएदार के तौर पे अगर आप interact कर रहे हैं, so you are not informing, basically you are notifying your landlord about the problem, right? So try to choose the right vocabulary according to the context in which you are writing. You also have to be very careful about your spelling, okay, collocations, punctuation while you are writing a letter. Grammatical range and accuracy is yet another criteria. They also check whether your letter consists of wide range of variety of sentences, not only just simple sentences in writing. Okay, खाली simple sentences मत लिखें. Try to use simple compound sentences, complex and compound complex sentences, and clear control over your grammar while writing. Right? Achha. Now moving to the part when we write a letter, how do we write? Okay, we try to write it like make it our letter more functional in our situation. इसका क्या मतलब है? बहुत सारे लेटर्स में जरूरी नहीं कि वो आपसे पूछें कि आप अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करें, ठीक है? But in some context, while understanding the situation, you need to add on some information which is not directly mentioned in the letter. Taking the same example, writing to landlord, आप क्या करेंगे? You need to mention your name, okay, location of the flat, how you lost the money, when you are going to pay. So either you are going to pay them cash or by the end of the month. So you need to just mention the proper date, not like that I'm going to pay by next week. Try to mention the date properly. So it gives a letter, or it makes letter more realistic and more, like make it more functional while writing. Okay. So this that you have to do, though it's not written over there, but you need to add on in order to be more creative while writing. Okay. Now, how do we write? Writing process is yet another task. You have 20 minutes with you. You can divide your part into 3. Okay, 3 steps. Preparation, 3 minutes. When you read the question, okay, analyze what the question is all about. Here we have keywords. Okay, in keywords, we need to mention what particular aspect you need to address in your letter. So situation is about, you have recently moved into the new flat. You lost some money the other day and cannot afford to pay next month rent. Situation is about that you are due to pay the rent, and in that context you have to write a letter to the landlord. All right. Now, when we write a letter, so we have to start with greeting. Every kind of letter has different style of greeting. ठीक है? अगर आप बात कर रहे हैं ओपनिंग की, तो फॉर्मल लेटर में हम स्टार्ट करते हैं डियर सर और मैडम, फॉलोड बाय कॉमा. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आप ये नहीं कर सकते कि आप अपनी मर्जी से कॉमा ओमिट कर दें. कॉमा इज एसेंशियल here. Okay. Semi-formal, you write a letter by following Dear Mr. Brown. So you write your name with the title, Mr. or Ms., whoever you are, according to the gender, you need to mention about that. Informal में हम क्या करते हैं? Informal में हम directly अपना नाम लिखते हैं. ठीक है? For example, जिसका sorry, not your name, to the person who you are writing a letter. For example, if I'm writing to my friend, so I would just directly write her name, like dear, Syra or dear Sarah. So I'm not just writing like Mr. or Miss. I would be writing directly her name to address. That would be more informal. Semi-formal में आप Mr. के साथ followed by surname. Okay. Now, in opening part, when we start our letter is started by writing directly purpose. ठीक है? आप क्यों लिख रहे हैं? तो purpose state करना बहुत जरूरी है. ठीक है? Letter writing में बहुत important aspect है. So reader can easily understand what's the main, why you are writing a letter to that person. So leading paragraph can be when you start your letter, you may start, I'm writing to you, and then you can mention the reason because I'm unable to pay my next month's rent. Okay, I'm writing to inform you that if you are just giving any bad news to the person or to the receiver, so you may write, it is regret that I write to advising you. Okay, I regret to inform you that I'm unable to pay, the upcoming or this month rent, which is due by the end of the July or by 28th June. Okay, so you just have to mention if you are mentioning any negative or something, negative information to the reader, bad news for the receiver. Okay, there are different phrases that we use in writing. Phrases used for asking help, because obviously जब आप लिखते हैं letter, तो आपका purpose अलग-अलग तरह. You have different purpose. If you are complaining, so obviously your starter would be different. Okay. In this case, you may write, I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction about the defective product, okay, or poor customer services, which I received in supermarket. ठीक है? अगर आप उनसे help लेने चाहते हैं किसी उस situation के हवाले से, so you would ask them, I would like you to assist me in this situation. Okay. I would like you to extend the date of the rent that I would like that I have to pay by the end of 28th June. Okay. So if you are asking for help, you may use multiple phrases to express your idea. Now, when you end up your letter can be end up by, what actually we also do that sometimes in letter writing, we basically ask questions. ठीक है? आप अक्सर लेटर में questions भी करते हैं when you are inquiring about something. ठीक है? So in that case, try to make your question relevant, okay? And try not to ask so many questions in writing. If there's need, try to make it more polite and indirect in formal situation. ठीक है? अगर आप फॉर्मल लेटर लिख रहे हैं तो आप वहाँ पे डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन ही करें कि फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर राइटिंग टू इंक्वायर अबाउट द एडमिशन प्रोसेस and you want to know that still if there is enrollment process is possible, or you can enroll for the computer program where you are going to get yourself enrolled in university or in college anywhere. So you may ask the reader, first of all, I need to know if it is too late to enroll in the course. Can you write and tell me if there are any places left? Rather than asking them, are there any places left? Let me know about it. Okay. So are there any places left? Let me know about it is more direct and more impolite. Okay. So formal context में आप इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस करते हैं, और जहाँ आप इनफॉर्मल लिख रहे हैं, जैसे अपनी फ्रेंड्स को लिख रहे हैं, कजिन को लिख रहे हैं, वहां क्या करते हैं, वहां आपका कॉन्टेक्स्ट बिल्कुल डायरेक्ट है। आप मुझसे डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, सेंड योर नंबर, ओके, विल यू सेंड योर एड्रेस, ओके, और लेट मी नो इफ यू आर कमिंग और नॉट, or let me know when you are coming. So you may be direct while asking question to the receiver. Okay. Now, last part would be like phrase used for final paragraph. Letter, either it's formal or semi-formal or informal, ends up while using some common phrases, which is quite popular and appropriate in most of the situation. ठीक है, अगर आप किसी को खत लिख रहे हैं और आप चाह रहे हैं कि भाई उनकी तरफ से आपको रिप्लाई आए, तो you may ask them, or you may write, I look forward to your reply. Okay, if you have done something wrong and you want the reader to cooperate with you, so you may ask them, thank you for your cooperation in this matter. Okay, so you may write different endings according to the type of letter that you are writing. Okay, if you're writing an apology letter where you are saying sorry to someone, you may say, I am sorry to have caused you any trouble, and I trust you will understand. So this would be, you know, a polite way to just patch up or compensate the point while being more polite to the reader. Sign off is also different. आप जब लेटर फिनिश करते हैं तो आप उसको, आपने देखा होगा कि like previous writing में भी when you were student, तो we used to do like yours obediently, हम ये लिखा करते थे ना कॉलेज या स्कूल लाइफ में, कि आप अपना लेटर अगर टीचर को लिख रहे हैं या फॉर्मल सिचुएशन में लिख रहे हैं तो आप कहते थे भाई yours obediently XYZ. But in IELTS writing, we will not write or obediently, we simply write yours faithfully, or you may also write faithfully yours, followed by a comma, or only faithfully. Okay. We also write regards, but regards is less formal and most commonly used for business situation. Okay. With semi-formal, you may end up your letter, sign off your letter by yours sincerely, and your name would be there later. Okay. And for the person when the name is known, अगर आपको नाम पता है उस बंदे का, तो फिर आप yours sincerely पे end up करते हैं और आखिर में अपना नाम लिखते हैं. ठीक है. For example, yours faithfully, your name would be there. Like here it is written as an example, Mary Kempsey. So Mary Kempsey is basically the sender who's sending the letter. Okay. If you're writing in informal, you may write yours truly, write warm wishes, love. Love we usually write to the person, to like person who is very close friend, and usually we write to the opposite gender. All right, so vocabulary is also quite important in IELTS test. Try to be more careful when you are using writing in a formal context, in a neutral or semi-formal context, or in an informal context. Every context has different kind of expression. Okay, for instance, formal में अगर आप लिख रहे हैं तो आप कहेंगे please inform us of your requirement. Semi-formal में आप लिख सकते हैं please let us know your requirement. But informal में you can easily write to your friend, tell me what do you need, or let me know what you need about, you know, like the process. Okay, so there could be differences in tone, phrases, expression that we use in formal, semi-formal, or informal writing. All right, I hope that you have understood. Any question about the session, about kinds of letter, about writing task 1 that you would like to tell, you would like to inquire about, ask any question? If you have any query, you all are free to ask questions. So I can respond to you. Is there any question? No question? Yes, I have received one in the chat box. Okay, ma'am, when we have orientation class with ma'am Zarish, I guess Ms. Zarish, before starting my session, she had already given you orientation session on speaking and listening, I believe. So, okay, any question about writing class one? Inshallah, we will be learning in detail when you join us. Okay. So has everything quite clear?